Right now, save 50 to 70% off at Banana Republic factory stores and online. And 60% off absolutely everything at Gap factory stores. Save even more with 40% off clearance at Gap factory stores. And at Banana Republic factory, all flannel shirts $19.99 and doorbuster scarves $9.99. This weekend only. Search our store locator for your nearest Gap factory and Banana Republic factory store, or shop us online.
This is episode 959 of No BS Job Search Advice Radio. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. It's Sunday, last week before Christmas. It may wind down a little bit, but I'm not going to yet. I've got a few more weeks to go to finish up my year about interviewing. And today's show is geared toward those in the C-suite. It's a variation on answering the question of tell me about yourself that I've tackled twice in the past. Once has been the standard answer, and one is a more advanced answer. This one is geared specifically for those in the C-suite, senior professionals. And for those of you, I think it'll be helpful. For those of you who aren't there, go onto YouTube, take a look for my Tell Me About Yourself questions. You'll find them, well, if you look for Tell Me About Yourself and The Big Game Hunter TV, all one word, you should be able to locate them. And I'll simply say that if we're not connected on LinkedIn, send a connection request to me at linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. Tell me that you listen to the show. I love hearing from people who listen to No BS Job Search Advice Radio. Give me feedback about the show. Ask me a question. Concise, please. I may answer it early next year. And I've got some exciting news for you about my other show, Job Search Radio. Going to come in after the first of the year. So hope you enjoy this, and let's get going. I wanted to speak with those of you today who are either in the C-suite or aspiring for the C-suite about answering the classic tell me about yourself question at your level. You see, for staff people, there's a different answer. They have to skirt around certain things up to a point. And for you, there's a different approach that I always encourage people to take. You see, you have a longer career, and as such, you can't talk about 20, 25, 30 years or more of your career as that tell me about yourself question. You can basically do something along the lines of, I've got a pretty lengthy career where I've done a lot of different things, but at this stage, what I've focused in on is 3 different things. And you hit in on all cylinders on those 3 points. 15 seconds tops on each of the items, because you want to invite conversation, but not do this lengthy monologue. Like when you do an interview and you ask that question, you don't want to hear someone drone on for 2 minutes or more talking about what they've done professionally. And the people who are going to be listening to you, you want them to choose amongst that menu of 3 choices and zero in on the one that makes most sense for them. And with that, then you know where to dive in. You can't get away with being the generalist. You can't talk about 50 different things that you've done. I'm obviously exaggerating, but you know what I'm talking about. You have an expertise, and you have a zeal in your career, probably zeroed in on that area, right? Focus in on that. Don't try and be all things to all people, because you wind up being nothing to everyone. Focus in, talk about 3 things that you're particularly good at and that you can really excel at if you join their organization. If they don't need what you have to sell, that's okay. They probably wouldn't have hired you anyway, and they probably don't have relationships that can really capitalize on those things. Again, focus in on where your strengths really are. 3 things, tops. 2, you can sometimes get away with, but it's a missed opportunity. 3 things, tops, dive into the subject. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, here's a few ways to engage with me. First of all, I just want to say that I no longer do recruiting. I coach people to perform at a high level. So again, I no longer do recruiting. But if you visit my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us, look at the tabs on the top and you'll see a menu of choices for you. First of all, you can hire me to do a resume and or LinkedIn profile critique, interview preparation, helping you with a salary negotiation, answering your question, advising you about a decision you have to make about job offers. That's all there is an option. I can do a job search makeover with you where we critique everything you've been doing in your search up until that point and come up with alternatives. If you're relatively early in your search, we can do a complete coaching program where I work with you from beginning to end. It's in half-hour increments, so it doesn't take a lot of time in each session, and that's another way you can do it. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. Mention that you listen to the show because I love hearing with folks who like the show and are interested in my help. Lastly, I also want to mention I've got a lot of information at thebiggamehunter.us, and at times it seems like it's too much. So you can look at the best of my material at JobSearchCoachingHQ.com, where I have curated information that you can watch, listen to, or read that'll help you find work more quickly. Again, that's JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. I'll be back tomorrow with more, and in the meantime, hope you have a great day. Take care.
Right now, save 50 to 70% off at Banana Republic factory stores and online. And 60% off absolutely everything at Gap factory stores. Save even more with 40% off clearance at Gap factory stores. And at Banana Republic Factory, all flannel shirts $19.99 and doorbuster scarves $9.99. This weekend only. Search our store locator for your nearest Gap factory and Banana Republic Factory store, or shop us online. Right now, save 50 to 70% off at Banana Republic factory stores and online. And 60% off absolutely everything at Gap factory stores. Save even more with 40% off clearance at Gap factory stores. And at Banana Republic Factory, sweaters start at $19.99 and scarves start at $9.99. Hurry! Search our store locator for your nearest Gap factory and Banana Republic Factory store, or shop us online.